All right. It's been several days since I've really recorded like a video. Let me get this out of my mouth. I want to talk about this though. I want to talk about this. It's very silly to even really look at this and think that it's changed my life so much. But truthfully, it has. And it may sound silly, and honestly, even talking about it, it's kind of gonna be interesting for me to like really get the words out as to say how this has changed my life. I can't say that it's changed my life so much, but it's like, in a way it has, because it kind of touches on something. I have like literally a whole little like stack of these, like, and these are just regular wooden toothpicks. Like, it's nothing crazy, and I don't have, like, the good thing is, actually, let me turn on the car. But if I turn on the car, there's gonna be a lot of noise. Should I just do it anyways? Because it's kind of warm in here. Like, it's a little warm in here, and I kind of wanted there to be some cool air. You know what? Nah, screw it. I'm not gonna turn on the car. I'll just leave it like this. So, I've quit nicotine. I want to say that in a way that really stands firmly, because I don't really see a point in me staying in like the past, allowing things that would so like just turn me off. Like, not even just turn me off like in a romantic way, but like turn me off in the sense of like, why am I even allowing this kind of energy in my life? Like, I've allowed it in my life for far too long, and I'm now realizing that, and I can make a choice now to just, now that I've realized that I've let this in my life for so long, I feel like I've got some cojones. Let me really make the choice right now to like just say, nah, screw that. I don't need that in my life. I want to curse so badly in these videos, if you couldn't tell. I feel like I should, just for the sake of it, because like I sound like I'm being monetized at this moment. It sound like I'm being monetized. I really shouldn't give a shit, to be honest, of like what I say in these videos, because like I said, I'm not being monetized. It's not like YouTube is gonna like take the video down. It's not like, I just want to release more of my authentic self during this period. So I think I'll stop holding back on the things, or like the vocabulary that I want to use sometimes to really express myself. Because it's I don't want to filter myself, especially like this early on into like my YouTube like videos. Like, if I ever get to the point of having a larger audience, then maybe I'll try to. I wouldn't filter myself in the sense of like, oh, let me change the message, or let me hold back on being a little too. I think there's a car turning into here, so I'm gonna lock my doors. No, they're not turning into here. I don't know why he was slowing down. Whatever. The point is, let me talk about this wooden toothpick. So, like I mentioned, let me move the microphone too. I kind of don't want it to fall over it. There we go. So, I've quit nicotine, and since I've quit nicotine, I still find myself kind of wanting to have like a little bit of like an oral thing going on, which is why I have this now. And not only is this a symbol of change, it really touches on something much deeper for me. And the reason I mentioned, like, I've allowed certain things in my life for far too long. I can make a choice now to, like, I've realized it. Now more than ever is the best time to really make the choice. It's kind of interesting. Like, before, you're maybe wondering when will the time be that something changes. Sometimes that time is as soon as you fucking notice that something needs to change. Like, genuinely, by the time you realize, like, oh yeah, all of this stuff is going on, that's really when you should make the change. Like, when you're the most aware of something, make the change during that moment. You'll really benefit from that, like, from doing that. Like, no bullshit. Like, for me, I literally had to let some things go, let some people go, people that were genuinely just no good for me. Like, and it's unfortunate to, like, sometimes it's tough Don't get me wrong, because I can imagine for some people out there, when you've had friendships that are for so like, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna use the word friendship very loosely. When I say that word, I want you to know some friendships are not friendships. They are not friendships. They are in fact like set up into your life to make you then eventually realize what kind of people you really want to surround yourself with. And if you choose to continue letting yourself be surrounded by the people that do you wrong, that do you no good, that talk down on you, that's a choice that you've made. Okay? And I, for one, am not going to allow myself to make that choice over and over and over again. I'm just 23 years old. You know? And it's not for me to say like, oh, I'm young. Like, I should have known better at some point. I should have known better maybe when I was 18 or something like that. No. Age is really just a number in this sense, okay? So, really, when is the time to make the choice? When you become the most aware of the predicament or the situation. When you become the most aware, and you'll know when you become the most aware of it, because it literally it can't be helped but it be the thing that you think about. Like all of today and yesterday, I'm thinking, damn, there's a lot of things in my life right now that I'm thinking, this needs to change. That needs to change. There's a little like moth on my windshield and it's like looking at me. I wonder if I touch it, will it fly away? No, it's not scared by my finger at all. It probably doesn't even realize that was my finger. Sorry, I'm going to be moving around the microphone a lot because I kind of don't want it to be blocked. I want my voice to be picked up as best as it can. But whatever, the point is, yeah, like generally when you become the most aware of a situation, that's really the best moment to make a change. And like all of yesterday and all of today, I'm thinking like, dang, like these people, this certain situation, this certain scenario, this certain predicament that I'm finding myself in, why has it been in my life for this long? And it's because like, well, I mean, everything serves its purpose, you know? And then when its purpose is done being served, do you allow it to continue? Or do you say, nah, good riddance? And honestly, sometimes it can go either way. But if it's served its purpose, then good riddance. Goodbye. We don't need you here anymore. Like, literally, if anything is bringing you down, and I get it, it's not easy. It is not easy because sometimes it's more than just a friend. Sometimes it may be like a 5-year-long relationship. Maybe even a marriage. Like, I'm just 23, but I'm over here talking about people with problems in their marriages. Like, what do I know, you know? But it's a very real thing. I obviously don't know from experience, but it's the most obvious thing that people in certain situations where they find themselves like, oh, this person isn't doing me any well anymore. Well, yeah, I mean, that can happen at any level of a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be, unfortunately, sometimes it can be family. Sometimes it could be your husband, your wife, you know, of like multiple years. And sometimes the best thing to do is really just to be like, good riddance. I'm sorry, but out of respect for myself, for my space, and for my energy, I simply cannot be here anymore. Now, is it that easy to make that decision? Absolutely not. But at some point, and it's only for you to really determine, okay? I can't say this right now. Like I can't pinpoint an exact spot in a timeline and be like, this right here is the best time to do it. That's something that you'll just have to determine for yourself. But for me personally, like for instance, between me and these guys that I've known for several years, since I was basically a kid, it was time. Like, it was time for me to let go. Like, if I want to move on and do the things that I want to do, this is the kind of energy, like that kind of energy that they were bringing towards me is something that just needed to simply just go. Like, it just needed to go. Why is my energy being drained? Why am I being, like, feeling bad about, like, why are they bashing me on certain things that I feel like I shouldn't be bashed about? Like, in a sense, it was almost like as if I was being bullied, and I'm just like, wow, the fuck? Like, I'm a 23-year-old man. Like, the fuck does bullying look like to me? I'm not in school. Like, it's not like I see you guys. I haven't seen you guys in several months. Some of you I haven't seen in fucking years. The fuck? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Get out. Good riddance. Good riddance. And the same thing with nicotine. It's tough because I know a lot of people out there, pretend that this is a nicotine stick. I try to pretend to do a ghost because that's something I used to do quite a lot when I would have a nicotine stick. I would just hit ghost left and right. But if you're smoking nicotine, it potentially may be some like, listen, I have a problem with overindulgence, and it can be kind of a complicated thing because I find myself having overindulgence of different things. When I was a little bit younger, oddly enough, probably when I was like 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there, I wasn't like an alcoholic, but there were some periods of times where there was an overindulgence of alcohol. There was an overindulgence of smoking THC cartridges. There was an overindulgence of smoking nicotine. And that's a real addiction where there's some people, and I myself didn't want to like really think of it as like an addiction, but it really is. Excuse me. But it really is. It can be an addiction, and really the first step is really awareness. But that's not always that easy, I recently just threw away a nicotine stick. Like, by recently, I mean literally within this week, I think I threw it out. And if it wasn't within this exact week, it was the last week. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I replaced it with. Something harmless. Something that I could just, Sometimes it's as simple as just, like, sometimes for me, I just found that, like, I just wanted a nicotine stick so I could have something like this. Like, a quick little thing that I could just, and then take it right out. And then that was it. It wasn't even like the smoke really, or like the buzz that I would rarely ever feel. Sometimes it was the buzz that I kind of wanted, but really most of the time I would just pull it, sometimes in hopes that I would feel the buzz, but it would rarely happen. And then the other times I would just pull it because like it was just something that I could just put in my mouth or something like that. Pause. But yeah, no, like, in all seriousness, jokes aside, that pause joke was really bad, I'm sorry. But in all seriousness, sometimes you'll realize when it's time to let go of a bad habit, of people that aren't any good to you. And it's not to say, like, oh, fuck those people. Like, it's not to say, like, screw them. It's not to say, like, anything like that. Like, generally, those guys that I've known since I was kids, I wish them well, Good luck. Life is hard. Life is tough. Life is complicated. Keep it together. Do your thing. I'm not gonna say that to them directly, but I'll send that to them telepathically. Like, seriously. Like, sometimes it could just be that easy. Like, maintaining and protecting your peace is the best thing that you can do for yourself sometimes. Because what's the point? Why let something drag you so down below when you've already got other things going on? And not only that, but when you feel like you're called to a mission, when you feel like you're called to a higher purpose. And it's not to say that I think of myself as somebody that's like better than everybody else, or feel like I'm going to have it better than you, or better than them, or better than whoever, right? But when you feel like you're called to something that feels true to you, and that can mean anything. When you feel like there's something that you really want to do, why allow some no good dickheads, jerks, just ruin that shit for you? There's no point. Literally no point. So that's where I find myself right now. And I just thought I'd make a video about it. It's been several days. All right, now this is going to be the outro section of the video. It's been several days since I've recorded a video, but I've sort of been experiencing life. I really eventually want to take a video in the forest, but like, I feel the energy is good right now. Like, no bullshit. The energy is really good. I feel happy every time I come out here and record a video, and it's not that I necessarily am recording it the proper way or something like that. It just genuinely feels like, oh yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Like, I'm good. Like, I could tell I'm good. But, like, no joke, I eventually would aspire or, like, want to come out into the forest and record a video. I think that'd be pretty cool. Another thing, too, I think it'd be pretty dope to record a video. This is a crazy idea and also a little scary. But, like, what if I were to go into the woods at night and record, like, just me walking around in the dark. Like, I would hope that I don't get lost. But the reason I say that is because, like, literally, like, a few days ago, I was walking in the forest with one of my buddies, one of my coworkers, actually. He works in a different location from where I work right now, but we used to work together. And he wanted to link up, and we go out to a parking, like, we go out to a reserve that's, like, a little further out than this one. Like, this one is really close to my house, but the one that he wanted to go to, or the one, actually, it wasn't that one that he wanted to go to. It was one that I mentioned, and it's kind of, like, also out the way. But, like, whatever. The point is, we were walking, and at some point we got lost. But I knew, like, in my heart of hearts that we would make it back. And it was honestly a lot of fun because it got pitch black, and we were still, like, 50 minutes away from where we needed to be at. And 50 minutes away inside a nature preserve is kind of scary. Like, if you're not, like, funnily enough, for me, it wasn't the first time that's ever happened. I've been in situations like that a handful of times before. I wouldn't say a handful of times, but several times before. So I wasn't really, like, shit in the bed or like worried. And in my heart of hearts, I've always known, like, I'm gonna make it back home. I'm gonna make it back home, like, just fine. There's no worries. I'm not stressing. But it was his first time. He told me he considers himself a city boy. So I was just like, I don't know. But whatever. The point is, I would like to come out here and record a video of me walking around and talking at some point. But I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm not gonna let this video drag on any longer. I've already been recording for about 17 minutes, which I think is a healthy amount of time. So now go enjoy your life, and I really do mean that. Even if it means replacing nicotine with one of these. Hold up, that didn't look as cool as I thought it did. Let me try again. Let me not hit my tooth. There you go. Okay, that's it.